Contrary to these cinematic lines on the screen, we are not here to give you a script or any sort of skit or any funnies, because today we're here on serious business. Today we will tell you everything you need to know about the best-selling nameplate in the world, the Toyota Corolla, and a small revelation that I've had about it along the video. My name is Tawanda, you're watching Fueled, and this is the Toyota Corolla Cross. So the Toyota Corolla's lineage is much like the lineage of the Toyota Land Cruiser, where it's one family but many different branches that come out of the family. We have at the bottom, we have the Toyota Corolla Quest, which is a South African only model, and it's basically your most budget friendly model and the one that you'll see everybody driving in an Uber with. Next, we have the Toyota Corolla sedans and the wagons, which are your family friendly vehicles and the ones that you would get if you are looking for something durable and something very, very reliable. Slightly above that, we then get the hatchback version, which hosts the very, very hot version, the GR Corolla, which I personally really do like. And then we have what we will be discussing today, the Toyota Corolla Cross, which is for people with a more active lifestyle. Okay, now in terms of engine specs and engine specifications for the Toyota Corolla Cross, all of the Toyota Corollas in South Africa will come with a 1.8 litre engine. You get the trim versions from XI, XS, XR and GR. From about XS upwards, that's where you start getting the hybrid versions as well. But every single one of them has a 1.8 litre engine, which should be good for about 5-ish liters per 100 kilometers. But expect more around 6 liters per 100 on normal day-to-day driving. Your hybrids can get to around 4.3 liters if you are being very good with the accelerator pedal. Something else to note about the Corolla Cross is in South Africa, we also only get the front wheel drive version of the Toyota Corolla Cross. So that electric motor and the petrol motor will be powering the front wheels. The electric motor will give you about an extra 160 Newton meters of torque paired with the 90 that comes with the 1.8 litre engine. And an extra 53 kilowatts of power thanks to that electric motor. Then you will get a towing capacity of about 400 kilograms with this hybrid setup. Now let's have a little bit more information about how this whole hybrid system works and whether you actually need it. Now, how does this hybrid system work? So, fun fact, first of all, is the hybrid systems are actually built and developed in South Africa. So that's very proudly South African of it. But how it actually works is you've got a couple of components. You have the petrol engine, you have the electric motor, you've got a power split device, and those all work together to give you something that Toyota calls hybrid synergy drive. And that basically works by, at lower speeds or at less RPMs, your hybrid motor is the one that is actually driving the front wheels. Once you get up to a bit of a higher speed, your petrol engine kicks in, and that's the one that ends up driving the front wheels. And if you need to do any small overtakes or anything like that, the hybrid engine will fill in the gaps that the petrol engine is not able to do. Something else that is worth noting about this is it is a non-plug-in hybrid. So your battery pack, which is located behind or underneath the back seats, will be powered by this. So your engine essentially becomes a giant generator for that electric power unit. And that electric power unit can also be used to drive the car in electric mode for low speeds and in reverse. And besides charging the electric motor with the engine, it does have regenerative brake charging. So whenever you're coasting or whenever you're on the brakes, that lost energy will then get rechanneled and into that hybrid motor or that electric motor. So in terms of a safety aspect, this car has a lot of newfound technology on it that will keep you very safe. One of the first things that it has that all of these cars should have, that you expect, is it has ABS, advanced braking system. The next feature that it has is it has hill assist control. So every time you're on a hill, the car will help you take off of that hill without skidding and coming back down. The next feature it has is your blind spot monitoring system, which uses the sensors on the car to check if there's another car in your blind spot to stop you from going into another lane and cutting somebody off or potentially being pit maneuvered. Next, we have the electronic brake force distribution system, which is basically just a system to ensure that if you do need to do an emergency stop or a very rough stop somewhere, the force of the braking is not loaded on one specific wheel at the same time, and it'll help equally distribute the force to give you a better chance of stopping before you hit something. And then something else before you do hit something is there is the Toyota PCS, or the pre-collision system, which it will use the sensors along the car and it will give visual and audible warnings to you if it thinks that a crash is going to happen. So that normally comes with this ILS sensor that's up there, and it will scan the road, look at the road out for you, and if it sees something come towards you, you'll get an error message on the dash, or a message on the dash that says, hey, something's about to come into your way, or look out. And failure to respond to all of that and the audible noises that it will give you, it will actually then engage the brakes for you. Another safety feature that is inside and primarily uses the ILS sensor is you've got lane track assist, which will look at the lines on the roads to ensure that you are within your lanes. And if you start veering off, it will give you another audible warning just to say, hey, you should probably want to look out for that, which makes this a very safe car. It also has, in conjunction with the blind spot monitoring system, we've got the rear cross traffic alert, which is same thing, checks the car, the car checks your surroundings to make sure that there's nothing that you might accidentally drive into. And then something else that the car has, only if you have the XR and above, so the XR or the GR model, is you have these headlights with automatic high beam assist. So they will, when it becomes late at night, they won't only just switch on for you, but if it sees that the road is clear and there's no other cars in front of you, it will switch the high beams on for you. Then when it sees another car coming towards you, it will switch the high beams off. These lights do also have a cornering assist feature, so whenever you go around a corner, the lights will turn themselves and try and look around the corner for you to give you the best visibility around the corner as possible. And all of these features make the Toyota Corolla a very, very safe car to be in and amazing for families. Next, let's talk about your maintenance and warranty plans. So standard, you get either a 3-year or 100,000 kilometer vehicle warranty on the car. So for at least the next 3 years, you know that you're covered. You also get 6 services or 90,000 kilometers with a service interval of about every 15,000 kilometers. And then one of the best things that this car has is that hybrid powertrain, or that hybrid technology that you've got in here, has got an 8-year warranty or up to 195,000 kilometers. So for the next 8 years, you know that you are completely set. If anything breaks, you're good. And then in terms of maintenance for the Toyota Corolla Cross, a minor maintenance would be about 2,000-ish Rand for a minor service, and then a major service, you're probably looking at doubling that, so 4,000 Rand all in all, which in my opinion, for the amount of car and the amount of practicality that this gives you, is not that bad. One also great thing that you get that you should always ask your dealerships about is you get 25 gigabytes of in-car Wi-Fi for 12 months with this car. So you should probably ask Toyota about that. Next, we have the interior of the Toyota Corolla Cross. And one thing that I will say is, if I can get this down, perfect. One thing that I will say is on the inside, it is a very, very well built place to be. It's a well-built car and a very nice place to be. You've got some nice shiny piano black pieces around, not too much, so it's not that annoying, and generally it's not in a place that you're gonna be touching a lot. Everywhere else at the very top, you've got your harder trim plastics, which are modeled to look like leather, so visually they are pretty nice. You've got some more leather-like feeling materials at the bottom here, which add a good general vibe and ambiance. I like that the way the air vents are designed, that looks very good. When it comes to the center screen, it suffers from the same old Toyota things, where it's a screen that has everything you need because it's got Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, it's got a good sound system, but the general graphics of the screen are Toyota graphics. So if you try and compare it with other cars, it's not going to do as well, but the screen does provide everything that you need, and from the looks of it, it is going to be a robust screen that should not break in any situations. And I think the way that the screen is also designed, it will be future proof in terms of the older the car gets, the screen shouldn't get much slower. The screen that does look nice, on the other hand, is, one second. Ooh, there we go. The screen that does look nice, on the other hand, is this screen that's in front of you, your driver's screen. And it is really good color, really sharp. I like the way that it's all digital. In the RAV-4, it was only the middle portion that was digital, and then you had analog gauges around it. This is fully digital, and you can kind of change the stuff on it. You can get different views. It tells you what's on, what's not on, your trips and distances, your fuel, all the information you need given to you in such a very nice package that's also good for the eyes. Down here, we also get a big compartment space over here, which is, fun fact, illuminated at night. So if you put something there, you're all good. You've got digital aircon over here, so you always know exactly what temperature the car is. I like that quite a lot. You've got a single USB port up in the front over here. Some buttons over here to change your drive modes. Don't get too excited about what drive modes are in here, because it is definitely not a performance SUV kind of car, but you've got some drive modes to go into eco, which will help you out with your fuel economy. And then you've got your button for EV mode, because you are able to travel small distances and at low speeds, but you are able to travel in complete silence in EV mode, which helps if you're coming home at night and you don't want to disturb people, or if you're trying to leave early in the morning. It's very nice to have that because it is silent and very comfortable. Next, along the dash center, you've got your gear stick, which feels very nice, gives you all the different gears in your CVT gearbox. And you've got your hill hold and your park assistance over here. But otherwise, the front seats and being in the front of the Toyota Corolla is very, very beautiful, very nice. I like it, comfortable. And the other very Toyota thing that this is your driver's seat is electrically operated, but your passenger seat is manual. And I still don't know why Toyota does that to this day, but they do it. And something else that you do get here, you do get two cup holders in the front. You get another cup holder in your door bin with some decent space, and you get some storage underneath here with your 12-volt socket as well. So if you need to power any larger devices or have any more charging ports, they are over here with your nice, well bolstered, sporty looking ish seats. Buttons on the steering wheel, standard buttons. Left side is to deal with your media controls. Right side is cruise control, vehicle radio modes, lane keep assist, and just general other things to do with the car driving. You do not get paddle shifters, but who cares? You've got automatic wipers and the same automatic lights that I mentioned earlier on. Okay, to the back. In the back of the Corolla Cross, you do get, I am over 6 foot, and I've got enough space from the seat in front of me, which is very nice. You get some more cup holders, this time located on the actual door armrest, which I like a lot because then you don't have to faff around digging into the bottom here. You get 2 USB ports over here in the middle. You get some aircon vents here as well. The only thing that you can control on the aircon vents is the amount of airflow that comes out though. Automatic rear windows, some door pockets at the some seat pockets at the back of the front seats, so you can keep magazines or books or whatever there. And if you look in the center over here, you get a center armrest with 2 more cup holders. So that is very good. Any child or would be absolutely happy back here, and adults fit very well for short and longer journeys. Now let's go check the boot of the Corolla Cross. And next we have the boot of the Corolla Cross, which has the kick opening function in case you're holding stuff in your hand. And you've got this nice lovely boot cover over here so that nobody can see what you've put inside of it. And underneath you've got a generally large amount of boot space. You can fit about 2 large suitcases and a medium suitcase in there, which is more than anybody really needs for going on holiday or just taking people to school and back, town driving, city driving. You've also got some shopping hooks in the back here. And other than that, you can fit a pair of golf clubs, and yeah, it's a boot, a big boot, and it's a powered boot. Let's see if this works on the way back. Oh, I'm good at this. So gentle. So what is the cost for all of this lovely Toyota Corolla goodness? Well, the Toyota Corolla Cross comes in at about just over 400,000 Rand if you're getting the 1.8 liter XI version. If you now want to start going to the hybrid versions, you have to add about 90,000 Rand to its base model. But generally, you should look at paying around just over 500,000 Rand if you want to get the hybrid version of the car. And the top of the range GRs are around about 550,000 Rand. But this whole package has led me to have a very big revelation. And my revelation is this. If I'm being honest, I think that this car is less Corolla and more RAV-4. If you think of it, this is about the same length as the second generation Toyota RAV-4, roughly about the same height as the second generation Toyota RAV-4 as well. It's even the same height, like ground clearance, as the second generation Toyota RAV-4 with 161 millimeters of ground clearance. And the concept of the car fits the RAV-4 so perfectly. It's something that is a normal everyday car that you can use, but it's just been beefed up a little bit so that you can have a more active lifestyle, go places. You've got, on the higher trim models, you've got even these nice little roof racks over here, so that the black trim roof racks, so that you can add more stuff there. It's a better RAV-4 than the RAV-4, which to me, I think that this should have been the RAV-4. It's just, as a recreational active vehicle, it's just really good. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, let's be honest, Toyota created the whole concept of the crossover SUV with the RAV-4 back in the 90s, and they've come and they've given it back to us like this time just with a different name on it. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.